around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. Ladies and gentlemen, later on tonight's program, you'll hear a special message from the Honorable Edward F. Arnn, Governor of the state of Kansas. But now we bring you the first act of Gunsmoke.
I'll swear it's going to be spring before we know it, Mr. Dillon.
This weather won't hold, Chester. We always got a rip snorter after a spell like this.
It sure don't look much like it today. I even heard a meadowlark this morning.
It's early for meadowlarks, isn't it?
Yes, sir, that's what I'm telling you. Spring is downright staring us in the face. Well, the Texas Trail's kind of lively for this time of the afternoon.
Well, it'll be livelier if you're right about spring and those trail herds start rolling in.
Well, look who's here. And in the daytime, too.
Well, howdy, Miss Kitty.
Miss Kitty.
Isn't it wonderful out? And guess what, Matt? I heard a meadowlark this morning.
You and Chester.
Huh?
I've been telling him, Miss Kitty, spring is just around the corner.
Kitty?
Yeah.
How come there's such a crowd in here?
Oh, you mean the boys at the bar?
Yeah.
Well, it's some of the riders from the Cyclone Ranch. They're celebrating.
Well, it seems to me they were celebrating Saturday night. They're making kind of a long weekend out of it, aren't they?
Well, Jim Paulson said they all went back to the ranch Monday morning, but they got paid off.
What?
Yeah, the ranch was sold.
Sold? You mean old man Bartlett sold out? Well, I hadn't heard anything about it.
Well, that's what they said. The new owner had already taken over, some stranger. He's the one who paid him off. He brought his own riders with him.
Well, what's this stranger's name, Kitty?
Well, I don't know, Matt. Ed Revere over there was Bartlett's foreman. Ask him.
Yeah, I think I will. Excuse me.
I figured old man Bartlett would stay on.
Howdy, Marshal. Figure on throwing us in the hooscow?
No, Ed, I wasn't planning on it. Do you happen to know where I can find old man Bartlett?
Well, afraid you're out of luck. Him and his wife's left the country. At least that's what the fellow that bought the ranch told us.
You mean he didn't even stay around to pay you off?
Nope. Made up his mind right sudden, I reckon. Guess this fella Jed Wade made him a mighty good offer.
Jed Wade, huh?
Yeah. Texas man, more than likely. Ain't from around here, anyways. None of his cowboys, neither.
Then you haven't seen old man Bartlett since you left the ranch and came into town Saturday morning, huh?
Nary hide nor hair.
And he didn't say anything last week about planning to sell?
No, didn't. Sure can't figure old man Bartlett selling out. Said he put half his life into that place and planned on living out the rest of it right there.
Well, listen, Ed, let me ask you something.
Huh?
What do you figure about all this?
I don't know, Marshal. Except it ain't quite right somehow.
You don't think there's something crooked about it, do you?
Marshal, I don't know what to think. But it just ain't like Bartlett to run out this way. If there's anything I can do...
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ed.
Marshal, I don't even have to look it up in the records. There's been no deed of sale on the Cyclone Ranch filed in this office. If there had, I'd know about it.
Yeah, well, all right, thanks. That's all I wanted to know.
Furthermore, there won't be one filed. Old man Bartlett will live out his life and die right there. You take it from me.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured.
Mr. Dillon?
Oh, come on in, Chester.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Mifflin.
Oh, quite all right, sir. I believe our business is completed.
Yeah. What'd you find out, Chester?
I checked the depot and the stage lines, Mr. Dillon, and nobody in town hasn't seen neither one of them since last week.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, Chester. I guess we better ride out to the ranch.
Looks like that new outfit brought some of their own cattle up from Texas, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah. And they're wasting no time slapping a brand on them, either.
Want to take a look at them?
No. Let's ride on up to the house.
I sure can't figure it, Mr. Dillon, working night and day to build up a good feeder ranch like this and then up and selling out without even thinking it over.
Well, I can't figure it either, Chester. All right.
Oh. My golly, it sure is a fine ranch.
We ain't hiring anybody. Better mount up and ride.
Are you Jed Wade?
Name's Dallas. I'm the range boss.
Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Mr. Wade here?
He's out in the barn. What do you want to see him about?
Oh, suppose I take that up with him, huh?
And suppose you turn around and hightail it out of here. Whenever Jed's got business with the law, he'll come to you.
Now, look, mister.
You hadn't ought to talk to visitors that way.
Jed don't want strangers hanging around, Miss Wade. And he don't want you talking to strangers either. You better go on back in the house.
I guess I know better than you what my own son wants. I'm the only one that understands him. You come right on inside, gentlemen. Mr. Dillon, did you say that was the name?
Yes, ma'am, that's right. This is my partner, Chester Proudfoot.
How do, ma'am?
How do?
You fellas wait right there. I'll go get Jed.
I think we'll accept the lady's invitation. After you, ma'am.
Why, thank you, Mr. Dillon. Surely does perk a body up to be having callers in her own house. Especially when you live so long from hand to mouth.
I understand that you're new here, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Yes, we were camped for 3 weeks down along the river. Nary a caller, just living in a wagon. Oh, do be seated, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Ain't this a real pretty place now? Why, when Jed and Dallas rode back to camp Sunday morning and said they just bought a real bargain, I couldn't dream they meant something like this. A body just can't figure why the owners would ever want to sell it and leave. Would you gentlemen care for some cold buttermilk?
No, thank you, ma'am. You didn't meet the owners yourself then, huh?
No. They're already gone when I came over. Oh, you mustn't mind Dallas, Mr. Dillon. He's really a good boy at heart. Him and Jed just picked up a habit of talking mean like that sometimes, and seems like people just don't understand it. Mr. Dillon, Jed ain't got himself into some kind of trouble again, has he?
Again, Mrs. Wade?
Well, it's like I said. People just don't understand Jed lots of times. It ain't easy to bring up a boy alone, and a body don't always know what's the right way to do and what's not. But Jed's real good-hearted down underneath. Once you understand him like I do, why, the way he even talks to me sometimes would make you think that he was... Well, son,
What did I tell you about mouthing off to strangers?
But I was
Go on
only...
back, get in the kitchen.
Well, all right, son. You say so?
She's getting old, and it's been a hard trip up here. Dallas told me you was here, Marshal. What can I do for you? What do you want? I'd like to see your bill of sale for this ranch, Mr. Wade. What for? Well, I'll tell you after I see it. Now, you trying to accuse me of something? Not if you got a bill of sale signed by old man Bartlett. Well? All right, Marshal. There you are. Take a look. Uh-huh.
Satisfied now?
Where did the Bartletts go, Mr. Wade?
They said they was leaving the country, and that's all I know about it. Yeah, you want to give me back my bill of sale now?
Well, I'd like to take it into town and check the signature, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. It'll check.
And then you got nothing to worry about, have you?
Nary thing, Marshal. Now, I don't know what's on your mind, but you're barking up the wrong tree.
If you ask me, Mr. Dillon, I'd say that Wade and his partner are ornery enough for anything. Just plumb cussed, downright sneak-in mean.
Maybe so, Chester. But you can't jail a man for meanness, not as long as it only comes out in words.
I suppose. There ought to be a law of some kind. Now, take like the way he talks to his mama. I don't see how she can put up with it.
She's his mother, Chester.
Well, I know that, but there's
hello,
no...
Matt.
Oh, hiya, Doc.
Just getting ready to close up the office. How about feeding with me?
Later, maybe, Doc. Say, Doc, you still got that bill of sale on that horse you bought last fall from old man Bartlett?
Oh, sure, I guess so, Matt. Why?
Well, I just want to check Bartlett's signature.
Why, what do you got there? I know his signature pretty well. Let me take a look at that now, man.
Oh, here. See what you think, huh?
Sure. Oh, yes. That's old man Bartlett's scrawl, all right, of course it is.
Well, maybe I was wrong.
Yes, sir. It looks that way, Mr. Dillon.
But only about the bill of sale, Chester. We still don't know what happened to the Bartletts.
At this time, it is with great pride that Gunsmoke is able to bring you a specially recorded message by the Honorable Edward F. Arnn, Governor of the state of Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Arnn.
It's a real pleasure for me, on behalf of Kansans everywhere, to congratulate the CBS Radio Network, the writers, producers, directors, actors, and technicians on the splendid job you are doing with Gunsmoke. Here is real adult Western drama, without the usual horse opera cliches portraying an era and community of Kansas that graphically marked the formative years of our great state. Let me point out, however, the Dodge City of today is a far cry from the Dodge City so vividly brought to life in Gunsmoke. From those early pioneer and frontier days, Dodge City has developed into one of the fine cities of our state, industrially, agriculturally, and historically. The folks of Dodge City, and indeed all the people of this great sunflower state, thank you for a good job well done.
Thank you, Governor Arnn. And now the second act of Gunsmoke.
Big crowd in town tonight, Mr. Dillon. In here, too. Must be the feel of spring in the air. You get the man on the prod, makes him feel good.
Not me, Chester.
Yes, sir, I've been noticing that. You haven't said 1 dozen words in the last hour. It don't do a man any good to stay down in the dumps that way.
Oh, drink your beer.
Well, now, we just made a mistake, that's all. Got the wind up over nothing.
Now we know it's old man Bartlett's signature, but I just can't help feeling that we haven't made a mistake.
Well, maybe you ought to make one, Matt.
Oh, hi, Kitty.
Everybody ought to make a mistake once in a while. Keeps them from getting old.
Or else helps them along.
What's your trouble, Matt?
Oh, feeling that somebody's guilty. not being able to prove it?
It's that Cyclone Ranch business, Miss Kitty.
Now, I know Bartlett didn't sell out.
His signature is on that bill of sale, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, but a man can be made to sign something, Chester.
Well, why don't you find Mr. Bartlett and ask him?
Well, I'd settle for just finding him. I don't think I'd need to do any more asking.
Do you mean that the way it sounds, Matt?
Yeah. I know I'm jumping at conclusions, but the way things add up, it's the only answer that makes any sense.
Well, I hope you're wrong, Matt.
Well, so do I, but I don't think I am.
Anyway, there's not much you can do about it right now. Why don't you forget it for a while? How about a round of drinks, Matt, in honor of spring?
Spring, huh? You and Chester.
Well, it is, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, even the coyotes feel it. Did you hear him just after dark tonight yapping down along the river bottom?
Yeah, I heard him. Kitty, would you mind if we had that drink later?
Well, all right. But where are you going?
Well, I just thought that Chester and I might take a little ride, that's all. Hold up a minute, Chester.
Yes. Be all right to roll a cigarette, Mr. Dillon?
No, you better not. We're too close to the Bartlett place.
Miss Kitty sure was right about those coyotes. Every one of them and his brothers out tonight, all yapping their fool heads off.
Yeah.
You suppose those coyotes really know it's spring coming, Mr. Dillon?
It could be.
They're sure scattered all over the countryside.
There seems to be more of them off there toward the river bottom, though.
Yes, sir. I believe you're right, Mr. Dillon. Wonder why.
I don't know. Might be worthwhile taking a look.
Yes, sir.
You know, it sounds to me like most of those coyotes are up around those river bluffs there by the bend.
Yes, Mr. Dillon, I believe it does at that.
Come on, Chester, let's ride over that way. They're on the other side of that willow thicket.
All right.
Now, let's cut through the thicket here.
Yeah. They must be awful interested in something, or they sure wouldn't let us get this close.
Well, I guess they heard you, Chester. I think most of them are over there at the foot of the bank. Let's take a look. Come on.
Chunk of the bank's caved off there, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah. Yeah, but the coyotes didn't do it. They've been trying to dig something up, not bury it. I wish there was more moonlight.
Yes, sir. Well, if you'd have told me what we were up to, I could have brought a lantern.
Well, I didn't know we were going to run into anything, Chester.
Yes, sir.
See if you can find a stick and let's scratch around in this loose dirt, huh?
All right, sir. Anybody tried to tell me this morning that I'd be out here in the middle of the night digging in that dirt like a groundhog, not even knowing what the Sam Hill I was...
What is it, Chester? Did you find something?
Yes, sir. I sure have.
Here, let me see.
Mighty lucky hunch you had, Mr. Dillon.
Well, now we know why nobody saw the Bartletts leave town.
They killed him. They killed both of them.
Yeah. After they made him sign that bill of sale. Hit the dirt, Chester. They came from the edge of the bank up there. Watch for the next flash. Is that you, Wade?
Just to the left of that sumac, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, I saw it. You're under arrest for murder, Wade. Now throw down that gun and come out of there with your hands up. All right, Chester, let's open up on him. Careful, Chester. He may be faking it.
Yes, sir. Only one thing, Mr. Dillon. It's not Wade. It's Dallas.
Then let's go find Wade.
Ranch is dark. Looks like they're all in bed.
It may be easier that way.
Yes, sir.
I wish there was some way of keeping his mother out of it. I don't see how it can be.
Dallas? Is that you? Did you scare the coyotes away? I heard the shooting and
It's not Dallas, ma'am.
Why, it's the marshal and Mr. Proudfoot. At this time of night. Well, this is quite a surprise.
Yes, ma'am, I reckon so. Is Jed here?
Well, I guess so. Maybe he's out in the barn or somewhere. What's wrong, Mr. Dillon? I sure do hope Jed ain't in some kind of trouble.
I just want to talk to him, Miss Wade. Now, why don't you go on back in the house, huh? And we'll see if we can find him.
Well, all right, if you think best. You just go straight on back through the barn. I reckon you'll find him all right.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I know. Keep yourself covered.
I will. Sounds like he's working back there.
Yeah.
Bartlett put up enough prairie hay here to last for 3 years.
Right on back, Dallas. Just about got these here running irons finished.
Dallas won't be needing any running irons, Wade, or anything else. He's dead. We found where you buried the Bartletts.
That's where that shooting was. You and Dallas.
You're under arrest for murder, Wade. And if you make a move, you're going to end up the same way Dallas did.
How could I do anything, Marshal? I got no gun.
I noticed it hanging on the wall there behind you. You leave it there.
Sure.
Now lay down that hammer and stick out your wrist.
Sure. Anything you say.
He smashed the lantern, Mr. Dillon.
Don't watch it, Chester. You'll have his gun now.
That's right, Dillon.
Get back, Chester. Get back toward the door.
I can't see a thing in all this smoke.
Yeah, that haze is dry as powder. This burn's going to go up like a tinderbox. Wade, you haven't got a chance. Now come on out of there while you still can.
Why don't you come back here and get me?
You crazy fool. Come on out now.
The heat's getting awful bad, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, I know. Back toward the door, Chester. We're going to have to get out of here.
Let's go on. Cave it in.
Hold tight, Chester.
Even for a man like Wade, that's not a good way to die, Mr. Dillon.
Oh, no way is when you come right down to it, Chester.
Jed! What's on Jed? He's in there already. He's there in all that fire.
I'm sorry, ma'am,
You
but...
got to do something. You got to go get him out of there.
No, I'm afraid there's no use,
I'm
ma'am.
going there myself.
No, it's too late to help me.
always knowed it was going to end like this sometime. I always knowed it.
I'm sorry, Miss Wade.
Jed done something real bad, didn't he, Mr. Dillon? Him and Dallas. That's why you come back here.
Yes, ma'am, I'm afraid so. They killed the people who owned this ranch. They buried them down along the riverbank.
Those boys done a lot of bad things, Mr. Dillon. But I don't hold with killing.
I'm sorry it had to happen this way, ma'am.
Mr. Dillon, I'd like to ask a favor.
Oh, why, certainly, ma'am.
I come out here in a wagon. It's out back of the house. Now that it's getting light, if you'd hitch up my team to it, I'd like to go back to town with you.
Chester?
Yes, Mr. Dillon, I'll do it.
I'll just take what I brought, Mr. Dillon. Nothing else.
Well, just as you like, ma'am.
It's all in the trunk. Funny thing. I never did unpack it.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman MacDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by Les Crutchfield, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Featured in the cast were Vivi Janis, Harry Bartell, Lawrence Dobkin, Joe Cranston, and Jerry Hausner. Parley Baer is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty. Gunsmoke is heard by our troops overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order out of the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. Tomorrow night, Theater of Stars brings you Dana Andrews as a New England fisherman of the old school in a colorful, exciting drama of the clipper ship days titled The Token. Hear what happens when a determined young lady steals her sister's betrothal token and then sets out to steal the stalwart young fisherman as well. It's on Theater of Stars tomorrow night on most of these same stations. A feature presentation of CBS Radio at the Stars address. And you've heard of people stopping the show. Well, there's a show on CBS Radio every Sunday evening that stops the people. It's the Jack Benny Show, of course. And when it comes on the air, practically everybody stops doing practically everything except laughing. So tomorrow night, just stop everything and listen to Jack Benny. He'll be on your favorite CBS radio station. George Walsh speaking. And remember, Eve Arden as our Miss Brooks also teaches you how to laugh Sundays on the CBS Radio Network. Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Chester had been helping me with some paperwork after the regular day ended, and we didn't get through until about 10 o'clock. And we were both kind of tired.
Well, I sure never did think I'd hold out, Mr. Dillon. I got a cramp in my hand and a crick in the neck. What I need's a beer.
I'll join you, Chester. I locked up the office and walked down to the Texas Trail with Chester. I guess the best thing that could be said for the night was that it was still. Not cold, not warm. Somewhere in that between that makes you wish it'd be one thing or the other. Or maybe it was because we were tired that it didn't feel right. The bar wasn't crowded, and right off, Kitty came over to our table with beer. I thought she looked kind of worried.
Hard day, Matt?
Oh, no, nothing much.
Oh.
I declare, Miss Kitty, this beer tastes darker than usual.
New brew, probably, Chester.
Yeah, I suppose.
Say, Matt, you ever seen the stranger before? The tall one at the bar?
Huh? No.
My heavens, Mr. Dillon, he is a lofty man, and that's for sure. Look at him stretch out.
Yeah. What about him, Kitty?
Well, I don't know. Sam gave me the eye a bit ago, just before you came in.
Huh? You trying to make trouble?
Sam's not sure. Fella's been drinking straight for more than 2 hours, and he doesn't say anything. He just looks like he's getting ready. Maybe waiting for something.
Yeah. Is the woman with him?
Yeah.
He was a lean, almost stringy man, better than usual tall. And he might have served in the army once because he wore his gun butt forward. As we sat, Chester and me, drinking our beer, he turned around a couple of times and looked at the door. I never saw a man with eyes as gray or with a skin to his face so dry and tough you'd swear you could get sparks off it with a flint. The woman standing next to him talked loud and often, but he didn't appear to be listening much. It was like Kitty said, he was waiting. About an hour went by, and the place began to quiet down. Most of the men drifted out to wherever their way was taking them.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Dillon.
You want to get on back, Chester?
Well, yes, sir, I was thinking about it. This beer is so dark, it's making me sleepy.
Well, you go ahead. I'll see you in the morning.
You staying?
Yeah, for a while, I think.
On account of that tall fella?
Yeah, maybe.
Guess I'll get a little whiskey and sugar. Might keep me awake.
No, you go on, Chester. It's all right.
Jack, how long you
If it's all the same to you, Mr. Dillon, I ain't sleepy.
But, Jack,
Okay.
I'm tired.
There's a hotel down the way, miss. That could put you up. You. Shut up. Nobody asked you.
Oh, now, Jackie, you ain't got no call to talk to the man like that. He's just being helpful.
Say, Mr. Dillon.
Chester, be quiet.
Honey, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. A trip on the stage and traveling all day. I swear I've never been so...
Talk too much. Be quiet. Stay in here with me.
But, Jackie...
You've been talking ever since we come in here. Stop or I'm going to hit you.
Might not be a bad thing if you did, Mr. Dillon. If there's anything in this world I hate, it's a woman who does nothing but clobber her guns.
Kitty.
I bet he is miserable to be wed to, though. What do you reckon's ailing him?
I don't know, Chester.
You still here, huh, Matt?
Yeah. Sit down a minute, will you, Kitty?
Yeah, sure.
You, don't know their names, do you?
No. They came in on the 6 o'clock stage from Oklahoma territory. That's all I know. She's been talking a lot, but mostly about clothes and liquor. He don't say anything.
Yeah. You think they're married?
She's wearing a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a man drink as much, Matt. It's like water with him.
Honey. Hey, you. Honey.
Yeah. Excuse me, Matt.
Yeah, sure.
All right, then you get the drink then, sure. What do you want to drink? Huh? Sure. Huh? You want whiskey and sugar, don't you?
Thank you, honey.
Sure.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to freshen up, Jack.
Hmm.
I'm coming right back.
See you do.
The woman had just got out of sight when we heard the horses coming down the street outside. There were only 6 of us left in the place. Sam, Kitty, Chester, and me, the stranger at the bar, and a cowboy sleeping it off at a table across the room. The tall man called Jack, with the sound of the horses, turned to the door, and there was a gun in his hand.
You fellas at the table, get up. Come over here.
Well,
Well, I kind of wondered what you were waiting for.
I know you've been wondering. That's why you've been hanging around. I don't want no trouble with you. Stay out of the way, you won't get hurt.
Don't you put your gun away, mister.
Don't bother me. There's trouble coming through that door any minute.
Put it back. I don't allow gunplay in Dodge.
What you allow ain't up to you now, mister.
If you're in trouble, it's my job to protect you and your wife.
This is private trouble. If you want part of it, I'll give it to you right now. In the belly.
Jack, they're here, outside.
Yeah, I know.
We can get out the back.
I ain't running no more. You either. Come on, get behind the bar.
Yeah, honey.
You 2 fellas unhitch your belts. Leave them lay where they fall. Go on.
Honey, you give me a gun, will you?
I'll give you one.
Wait a minute. Okay. Now you 2 get around behind the bar.
All right.
At the end. You and the lady.
Well, listen, you can't shoot up this place.
Sam, do what he says. Chester and I did as we were told and got behind the bar along with Kitty and Sam. The tall man picked up our guns and tossed one to the woman, then dropped the others beside him on the floor. And then we waited. All of us behind the bar, except for the cowboy drunk asleep at the table.
You only had that mirror in for a month. It's going to be busted for sure.
Honey, we should have kept going. Got the train in the morning further west.
We'd had to stop somewhere. This is as good a place as any.
Listen, mister, I'm going over and get the boy sleeping at the table there. He's going to get hurt.
You move an inch from where you're at and I'll shoot you. Now shut up, all of you.
I hear him out there.
Yeah. Start shooting when that door swings in.
Mr. Dillon,
Stay down, Kitty.
Don't worry, Matt.
Here's I can figure. Stopped off in Dodge. They'll be in a saloon. Sure. Oh, I know, Barrow. Well, come on. Might as well start looking in here. Yeah, well, okay. Let's do with a drink. There it
The shooting went on for about 5 seconds, and when the glass started to come down behind us, we covered up. And at that, I felt a warm trickle along the side of my face where a splinter had slashed me. There wasn't anybody behind the bar hurt beyond a scratch or 2 from the glass. But out there by the door and sprawled out beyond onto the walk were 4 men. They never had a chance. They'd never have another.
Watch out for the glass, Jack.
We got him.
Yeah, we got him, honey.
Oh, shit. One of them's still alive.
Who is it?
It's Acton.
Let me. Never did like him.
Come on, let's go.
All right, Jackie. Sorry we messed up your place, honey. Don't you try coming after us, mister. Jack's had a taste of blood.
Come on.
Jackie, we're gonna have to ride now?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I'm tired.
Take it easy later.
Are you all right, Kitty?
Well, I think so.
Look at that mirror. Just look at it.
Chester, get some guns from the office. Saddle up and get back here, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all right now, folks. There's just been a little shooting, that's all. Everything's going to be just...
Kitty, get Doc, quick.
What is it, Matt?
This man isn't dead.
Huh?
Well, go on. Hurry up, will you?
Well, yeah, sure.
She ran out into the night for Doc. And I stayed in the Texas Trail watching the life flow out of the bullet hole in the chest of the man the killers had called Acton.
We will return for the second act of Gunsmoke in just a moment. But first, you can help your fighting men and our children win the fight for life if you act now. On the battlefront, our fighting men need blood to replace the precious substance they have so valiantly lost. Only through contributions to your Red Cross fund drive can we keep up that lifeline of blood to our wounded men. But time is running out. Give now. Your Red Cross must also have funds to transform blood into anti-polio serum. The polio season is just around the corner. Red Cross Gamma Globulin is the one weapon that will spare our children from death or the crippling paralysis of polio this summer. Polio won't wait. Your community, your neighbors, perhaps your own child, can be saved from the horrible effects of the dread disease if we do something now. Your Red Cross will not distribute the anti-polio serum. It will be sent to critical areas by government health agencies. There will not be enough to protect every child this year, but many thousands will be spared polio paralysis this summer because you gave to your Red Cross. When your Red Cross Fund volunteer calls, give generously. Do it today. You give, they live. Now, the second act of Gunsmoke.
His eyes were open, but he didn't see me. And when I talked to him, he didn't hear. While I waited for Doc, I went through his papers. His name was Brad Acton. That's all I could find. About 2 minutes later, Kitty came back with Doc. Didn't take Doc long to shake his head.
The poor fella. He's done, Matt. There's not a living chance.
Yeah, if I could just get him to talk. We gotta find out who he is and what they've done, those two.
I don't know. He's pretty near gone. We can't...
Yeah. Acton? Acton, can you hear me? Acton? Acton! Acton, that fella, Jack Farrow. He and the woman. What did they do?
Oh, there's no use. Matt, he
Acton.
can't say nothing.
Now listen to me, Acton.
Matt.
Acton, who are they? Why did they shoot you?
He's trying, the poor devil. He just
Come on,
can't...
come on. Now you're wasting time. I gotta get after him. Now what did they do?
I'm dying. I'm dying.
We've all gotta die.
Oh, Matt.
That ain't kindly, mister.
Now I want you to wake up. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you. If I was on my feet...
Now listen to me. Pharaoh. I heard you call him Pharaoh. And the woman. Now what about him? Why did you come gunning for him?
Had it come.
Why? What did they do?
It don't matter now.
It matters. If you're gonna die, get it off yourself. Now, come on. You and your pals there. If you did nothing wrong, you'll die more comfortable.
Oh, Matt, let him be. It's not
Matt,
fair.
don't.
What about it, Acton?
Matt, now you
That's
can't...
enough, Doc! Acton!
California. Out in California. Pharaoh, me, and the boys... We held up a stage in Pharaoh. He took the money and lit out with that woman. We've been following. Look out for her. She's mean with a gun. Martha Lou.
Yeah, he's gone, Matt.
Yeah.
I guess you had to do it that way, Matt. But...
But what?
Nothing.
All set, Mr. Dillon?
All right, Chester.
You going after him, Matt?
Why not? They done murder, haven't they? You have to figure the odds of a man forgiving you for what you do when a thing has to be done. And then you split the difference, and depending on the reasons for doing it, you feel better or worse. I had to do what I did because I had to find out about them. But it didn't help. Even if he was a gunman, I'd given no peace to a dying man. And for that he had to die harder. A man a long way from home. Chester and I rode out into the east, the way we figured Pharaoh and his wife would be headed.
Sun's coming up, Mr. Dillon.
I got eyes.
Yes, sir.
There's a homestead up around the bend. We'll stop and find out if they've seen anything.
No more than a half hour ago, Marshal. I was fixing to fetch some water when I heard them.
They stopped, huh?
Yeah. The woman looked tuckered out. Never see a woman with all them skirts ride the way she did. It was some picture.
How long did they stay?
5 minutes, maybe. Wife had some coffee, and they drank it, scalding, and then took off.
Headed east?
Yeah. They wanted to know how far to Kinsley, or maybe they wanted to know the next station, and I told them Kinsley. I don't know. Santa Fe's due in there for Hutchinson about 8. They do something wrong, Marshal?
Just 4 murders back in Dodge. Come on, Chester. The Pharaohs had enough start on us that if they got the train in Kinsley before we caught up, we'd have to use the telegraph and hope they could be stopped further down the line. With killers like that, there'd be a lot of shooting. And I figured it was my job to be there when it happened. We rode hard. It lacked a couple of minutes before 8 when we saw the smoke of the engine. We still had a couple of miles to go to reach the station, and she was moving out when we got there. I swung aboard and held out a hand for Chester.
My, running like that give me a stitch in the side. And the puffs.
Take it easy, Chester.
I sure wish we'd have had time to find out if they's on this train, Mr. Dillon. they ain't, we've lost them good.
Oh, we'll see. Now, look, there's a lot of people in those cars up ahead. The Ferrers see us, and they're going to start shooting. And I don't want that. So go slow. If we see them first, get out of sight. We'll wait until they get off the train.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, Chester, put away the gun. No shooting on the train.
Yes, Mr. Dillon.
We started from the last car and moved up. That way they wouldn't see us first. I hoped we could get them without any gunplay at all. Mostly for folks who would get hurt. But I didn't have any stomach for shooting a woman, even if she was a killer. We got to the third car when Chester spotted them.
There they are, Mr. Dillon.
All right, get back. Okay, we'll just stay here.
Conductor's coming this way.
Good.
Well, howdy, Marshal.
Mr. Heinsohn?
You on a pleasure ride or business?
Business, Mr. Heinsohn. That couple, they're in the fifth seat from the front.
The tall gent?
Yeah, and the woman.
Yeah, I wondered about them when they got on. Sure are a funny pair. She looks plumb wore out.
They both done murder.
Oh, Marshal, there's kids in the car.
I want to get them without any shooting. As long as they don't see us, it'll be all right. Now, where's your next stop?
About 30 miles down the line.
Now. Well, we'll try to figure something out.
I hope you can, Marshal.
The train rolled on. I saw Miss Farah take a kid on her lap, play with it. And the mother in the next seat looked on with fond eyes. I wonder what she would have said if she knew. Jack Farah just looked out the window. We didn't make a move at the next stop. 2 men got off, and there were still some 20 people left in the car besides the killers. About 15 miles beyond, the train pulled up again. I could see a big herd of cattle crossing the tracks. It was going to take a few minutes. Mr. Heinsohn came down the aisle to the platform where we were standing.
Hey, Marshal, I got an idea. See what you think.
Yeah?
We'll be about 10 minutes waiting until that herd gets across. How about if I tell the folks in the car they can get out and stretch legs for a bit? Might give you a chance to.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, say there, folks. There's a little delay for cattle crossing. If you want to get off for a spell, stretch out a bit. There's plenty of time.
We watched. Slowly, one at a time, they made up their minds. The women glad to let the kids work off steam. The men to size up strange land or somebody else's herd. And they straggled out. There was one old couple that wouldn't move, though. And I saw Mr. Heinsohn making an eye and a shrug at me. Then they changed their minds and hobbled off. And I'd left the car empty except for the Farahs, Chester, Mr. Heinsohn, and me.
That's your deal, Marshal. Lucky they didn't decide to get off.
I didn't think they would. All right, go ahead, Mr. Heinsohn, and get those people down the line a bit, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Chester.
This ain't nothing like California, Jackie. I never seen anything so flat. How far you think it goes like this?
I don't know.
You know, I think I'm gonna take me a nap. You want to take my gun for a while? Dig him in the rib.
Hold on to it.
Oh, honey.
I said hold on to it.
All right, get your hands up, both of you high, and don't turn around. But she must have had her gun already in her hand, wanting to give it to Farah to hold. She was fast. 1 minute she was upright in the seat, and then she was gone. Firing at us from behind the seat.
Jackie! Jackie!
All right, throw out your gun, Miss Farah.
Jackie!
Throw out your gun and stand up. I don't want to hurt you.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you!
Look out, Mr. Dillon. She's going for his gun.
Yeah.
No!
Chester, give me a hand, will you? Now stop it. Stop it.
Jackie!
Stop it.
I'll kill you! Jackie!
She was like a crazy woman. It took both of us to hold her, and we couldn't even do that right until we had her handcuffed to the seat. And then she shut up. She just sat there looking at her husband's body. When we got off at the next stop to wait for the next train back to Dodge, Jack Farrow was taken away in a wagon to be buried. His wife stood by the tracks watching it as it moved off. And it wasn't until the wagon became a dust cloud out on the plain that she started to cry.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman Macdonnell, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by Anthony Ellis, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Featured in the cast were Michael Ann Barrett and Tom Tully, with John Daner, Lawrence Dobkin, and Jack Crucian. Parley Baer is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty. Gunsmoke is heard by our troops overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order out of the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. The scholastic standards are rigid at Madison High. You must have a sense of humor to attend. Listen in to Eve Arden as English teaching Our Miss Brooks any Sunday evening, and you'll get the point. When Eve takes over the class, everybody's favorite subject is comedy. So don't forget, your Sunday Eve is Our Miss Brooks over most of these same CBS radio stations. Be sure to enjoy her tomorrow night. George Walsh speaking. America's 45 million radio families listen most to the CBS Radio Network.